Well, look who's here, the chairman of House Ways and Means, Congressman Jason Smith. Congressman Smith, it's always a pleasure having you on. Okay, is this true? We're hearing Oversight Chair James Comer saying the House impeachment inquiry is getting ready to fire off around 24 subpoenas for family and business associates in the Biden family business enterprise. That's what Chair Comer told Maria Bartiromo. Is that true?
There's definitely numerous individuals that we are issuing subpoenas in regards to. There's a lot of people that need to come before Congress, both to the Judiciary Committee, the Ways and Means Committee, and the Oversight Committee, to answer a lot of the questions that we have before them. Unfortunately, there are some that we have subpoenaed. In fact, the Judiciary Committee subpoenaed 2 DOJ tax professionals that, in fact, higher ups in the Department of Justice refused to allow them to come just over a week ago to come and answer questions before Congress.
Are you suggesting that the president has tax implications here?
Well, let's just think about this. We have seen now 2 different checks to the president himself, a $200,000 check and a $40,000 check, saying that they were for debt repayment. According to the public tax returns that Joe Biden had released when he was running for office, there is no indication that he has any interest income from any loans. So apparently he's not reporting in his taxes, or he did not provide that information to the public. So there's something not adding up right. And guess what? The Ways and Means Committee is the tax committee, and that is our jurisdiction in the impeachment inquiry.
That's the Duberstein principle that when it came up in Whitewater when Madison Guarantee, paid off the loans for Bill and Hillary Clinton. This story, too, Hunter Biden's former business partner, Tony Bobulinski, invited the Biden family to join him under oath to testify to Congress. What do you make of this? Tony Bobulinski is saying, yeah, join with me. I'll talk about your influence peddling operation. This is after Hunter Biden's lawyer sent a letter demanding the DOJ investigate Bobulinski, claiming he lied to the FBI. What do you think?
Well, I'll just tell you, you just look at the track record. Hunter Biden's lawyers have sent to us letters. They've sent the IRS letters. You've seen that in numerous examples. I'll tell you what's really concerning, though, is that you look at just the affiliations that Hunter Biden has had with individuals, including Kevin Morris, a donor of the president's who paid more than $2 million of Hunter Biden's taxes. And now they're saying that that was a loan. The Biden family's really good at all these different loans, whether it's paying back taxes of Hunter Biden's or whether it's something that Joe Biden is giving a loan for.
Okay, and they made at least $24 million. Money sluicing around between LLCs, off-balance sheet shells, between 9 Biden family members, including a granddaughter. The president repeatedly denying any knowledge of any of this. We've got this news coming in, Congressman. Emails surfacing from a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit brought by America First Legal Foundation shows that then Vice President Joe Biden's office was helping Hunter Biden coordinate his business trips to China. That the vice president's aide, Donald Cloud, emailed Hunter Biden's assistant saying, yeah, get in touch with us. We'll help you get in touch with the U.S. Embassy in Beijing and then the ambassador to China, Max Baucus. So Max Baucus is getting roped into all this. What do you make of this finding?
Well, Liz, the IRS whistleblowers that came before the Ways and Means Committee, they've documented all of this. They've documented the connection. President Biden said initially that he knew nothing of his son Hunter Biden's business dealings. We know that that isn't true. Then he said that he wasn't involved in his son's business dealings. We know that that wasn't true. In fact, we now have documentation showing that he has benefited from his son's business dealings. So it's not adding up what the Biden administration been pushing and what the bank records and the tax records have been provided.
Final question. Do you think then President Obama knew about this but ignored it and just turned a blind eye?
It's really hard for me to say yay or nay in regards to President Obama. What I will say is that President Biden clearly knew of his son's business dealings, and he, in fact, was involved in official activities. We've seen it, in fact, from the IRS whistleblowers that Hunter Biden flew on Air Force Two to Mexico to meet with these billionaire Mexican billionaires that, in fact, Joe Biden had at his own office prior to that.
Got it. Chairman Smith, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to have you on.